Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash.
The ones to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and with God's knowledge. I want to say shalom to you, fellow laborers out there doing the work in truth and in sincerity, especially during these times. Shalom to the few Akwaf that believe as well. A hearty shalom to you other laborers and believers that are scattered throughout the face of the earth. Whether you've been one of the heathen, and even like the heathen who are spectacular Israelites, to the household of faith, which is the elect. I'm going to say shalom. I'm with the brother Shakia, and just coming back at you with another quick Lord willing edifying video lesson, and just in time this video, Straits of Hormuz and MOTB, because with this disruption in the global oil chain and other resources that come from that region, this is going to put a strain on the world's economy, which it has been. And pretty soon things are going to inflate so much, and Lord willing, it does inflate to the point of the collapse of the dollar, because that the dollar is on the brink of collapse anyway, because it's been on schedule to collapse, for some time, especially being that it's not backed by anything of value. The last standard, which you had, the silver standard, that was discontinued in about 1971. So, the U.S. dollar haven't been backed by anything for a long while, man. And, in ancient times, you had the denarius, right? And the denarius, did the same thing, okay? What they did was they started attaching, other metals to that silver metal that was the denarians, and became lesser and lesser in value, all right? And ultimately, the economy of Rome imploded. They couldn't pay the military, from all the military posts and campaigns that, they were going on to try to, maintain or keep their kingdom going. So, that's what's going on right now with Rome 2.0. Matter of fact, can we get this right here, Ecclesiastes, first chapter. Let me see if I can get this real quick. Because the scriptures say there's no new thing under the sun. Okay. Ecclesiastes 1:9, it says, the thing that had been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun. See? And this is nothing new. When you study ancient societies or the four major kingdoms that are prophesied in the Bible, one thing about it is they all had an economy, all right, and their economies became weak towards the end, due to what? The way it was structured, but none most noble than the Roman Empire. Like I said, the denarius, that was a major blow. All right, once the denarius became basically worthless, But let me quit rambling. Let me keep reading. Verse 10, it says, "Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new? It had been already of old time, which was before us." See, so that's what it is, man. All right, nothing is new. So we want to watch, the U.S. dollar, which is comparable to the denarius, all right, because this is that same old Roman system or Greco-Roman system that was reinstituted, all right, beginning with the Renaissance period on up until the inception of America, okay? And again, the dollar took the same road as the denarius. At one point, the dollar had a great value in it, and you could, basically your purchasing power, that was strong, man. I remember, when the dollar, as a kid, I'm born in the 80s, so like the 90s, man, even the earlier 2000s, man, shit was a lot cheaper. Your money went a long way, But now you look at things you buy And also the quality of things you buy have gone down since those times or those years. You know? So that's due to what? Your purchasing power being weakened and weakened. You know? It's getting weaker and weaker to the point where we're on the brink of hyperinflation. You know? You got some up?
Yeah. Just real quick. Isaiah 24:10. It says, let you get there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Isaiah 24:10. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in. Yo, man, real quick, just want to go into that word broken down.
What you at? Isaiah
24:10.
Oh, 24. It's like
It says broken down is the Hebrew word shabar, to break in pieces, to be broken, be maimed, be crippled, to be broken, be crushed. And yeah, right now we're seeing what the downfall of Babylon the Great, aka America. All right, because the city of confusion goes into Babylon. All right, and this place, is just deteriorating. All right, from just like the brothers going into the money. All right, and then you got people out here that's realizing that that the money that they're working for, is all just a scandal or a scam. Yep. They're giving their lives away. So it's just all types of what was that one definition? It just said crippled. Everything in America is being crippled. All right, and this is ultimately just leading to the downfall of Babylon the Great, aka America. All right. And that was it on that.
You read the NLT?
Nah.
Read the NLT, Bob Shaka. This is gonna come to this.
All right. Isaiah 24:10. The city writhes in chaos. Mm-hmm. Every home is locked to keep out intruders.
Yep. And that's gonna happen because eventually when things become so high and the economy crash, and then you got people that can't afford to buy any goods, what you have guys or people gonna be looting. Yep, looting, stealing. That's when you're going to see 2 Esdras 15 come to pass. Where it says a man shall invade his neighbor with the sword because of what? Lack of bread, which is what? Food. That's how extreme it's going to get out here. Yep. And what's going to happen is the dollars is going to crash. And then on board or online is the MOTB system where you're going to be faced with, being presented with the RFID microchip, man. Whether it be the one that goes to your hand or the Neuralink that goes into your forehead, that's going to be your new payment system. Your new do-with-all data that's going to be stored, on that device. Your financial records, your medical records, identification. They're going to be able to track you, read your vitals. Because it's already been leaked that people that died from the Slick V, they had micro nano particles in them. Well, they can actually read on a system, on a computer.
Yep.
So with the installment of the data centers everywhere, that MOTB system is ready to be put online. They're going to administer it at some point. And hopefully this could lead to that, hopefully this could cause the dollar to crash. Because we're looking to get the fuck out of here, man. Mm-hmm. Our heart's desire is for the kingdom to come, man. But you had some that was it on it?
Yeah, that was it on that.
Okay, I'm gonna play the video. I want to say fair use, fair use. Under the 1976 Fair Use Act, Section 107. Our video is not monetized. We don't make any compensation of these videos. Only for literary commentary and educational purposes. So with that, fair use, fair use. Let's dive into this video real quick because this is Khamenei's son. And he was saying that he's not going to open the Straits of Hormuz. And I'm going to get some key things about the Straits of Hormuz. Okay, so let's play it, and again, fair use.
In the public eye as his father was, who was a president before he became a supreme leader. But if the statement was made by him, it just shows a continuation of his father's policies. And he talks about revenge. And there was speculation that he was actually be fueled by revenge since his father, his mother, his wife, and some of the family members of him were killed in the attack that on the first day of the war. And but his statement was. A message of defiance and confidence. He told the regional countries that they need to close the American bases in the region, and also said that the Strait of Hormuz will continue to be closed. So it seems to be what everyone had expected, that he would carry on the policies of his father. Absolutely.
So you heard him say that he said the Straits of Hormuz will still be closed. All right, now let's grab something real quick. The importance of the Strait of Hormuz. All right. It says the Strait of Hormuz is a critically important 21-mile wide waterway connecting the Persian Gulf to the Gulf of Oman. It's like you got a little tongue tied. Says serving as the world's most vital oil choke point. Roughly 20% of global oil and liquefied natural gas passes through the narrow passage daily, making it essential for global energy supplies, particularly for Asian markets. See? So it's a critical choke point, man, for the oil and natural gas that flow through that basically has a big imprint on the global markets. Says energy supply chain. It says it is the only sea route for oil and gas exports from major producers like Saudi Arabia, Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, and the UAE, which these are the basically what's the OPEC countries, or basically the main oil producing countries over there. I forget what the OPEC means, but it's got something. Look up OPEC real quick. OPEC.
OPEC meaning
Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries.
It
It is
says
an intergovernmental
Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries.
Mhm.
It is an intergovernmental group of 12 nations that coordinate petroleum policies to stabilize oil makers.
So yeah, basically these are top. So I was right. I ain't brought up in a little while, but the OPEC countries, it's like the top OPEC countries are these countries that I just mentioned: Saudi Arabia, Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, and the UAE. Because for years they were sanctioning Iran so they can't sell their oil. You know what I mean? And they got some key oil over there that's good for mixing with the Venezuelan oil because of it's being lighter and confused and make the hard diesel that's over in Venezuela basically mesh and come together and be I forget the term they got for it, but it's somehow it's a critical diesel mix. It's like the diesel fuel over in Venezuela is like thick. It's really thick. And there's one particular one that's mixing with that same thicker one. That's gonna make it I look it up now. It's lucky. I kind of butchered it. But let me see here. Critical. The crude oil. Let me see here. Bear with me 1 second. Yeah, it says okay, so the Venezuela oil, it holds the largest proven oil reserves, but it says extra heavy, high sulfur crude in the Orinoco belt. And then the one in Iran, if I ain't mistaken. You see here. You see, bear with me 1 second. Okay. Yeah, the light. And so Iran got the light that you mix in with the heavy to make it. I forget the the consistency or the mix. It mixes in well where it can be used and it can be produced and used for things, diesel, whatever. But basically, it's the type of grade that brings down the thickness of a thicker crude oil like the one come from Venezuela. I forget the term for it though. Salakia. Okay. But anyways though, yeah, it says middle distillates diesel. Oh yeah. So it says significance offers high profit margins because it requires less intensive refining than heavy oils. Yeah. Denser and more sulfurous than Iranian light. So basically, it kind of like bring that chemical makeup to a usable crude oil, which is made like it's critical for diesel fuel. Basically, yeah, and you need diesel fuel for a lot of things.
Yeah.
Those major large engines, they take diesel. Trucking, that's most logistics take diesel, fueling. You know what I mean? Even like construction equipment, a lot of that take diesel. So diesel is important, basically. But anyways, you own some out?
Mm-mm.
Bring it out.
No, I said no.
Okay, let's go here. Because I know the book of Ecclesiastes, because what you see right now is what gas prices. Gas prices are spiked up, and it's been steady at like I did lowest is like $3.55 I seen. But you got other stations that like maybe 1 or 2 stations in the city. You gotta find them because they still be flowing heavy with traffic because of the lower prices. Like $3.19. But now that's even going up to like $3.30. Because why? The cost of the barrel, which is like over $1, over 120. I'm sorry, it's over 120 right now. That's not coming down. Instead, it's gradually increasing. So that's a good thing. That's a good sign. Oh, remember the other year they got rid of the petrodollar. Those critical, countries over there. The petrodollar was, it wasn't renewed. That's critical, because why? The dollar is, it still is the real reserve currency. But with the petrodollar, it was heavy into OPEC. These oil producing, countries, man. They relied on it. Because why? That was liquid gold. And with America being the superpower, they have, they the superpower, America or Babylon, it has in the world reserve currency, that made it really strong. So now you're seeing your money, all right, beginning to decrease again in, purchasing power. Okay, which you need money, but when your money runs dry, or becomes thin, though you make money, but you have to spend an exorbitant amount of money on things you normally would pay, a lower price for. Gas being one of them. You gotta go to work. Go to, the grocery store, your doctor's appointments, to the gym if you work out, right? Ecclesiastes 7:12, for wisdom is a defense and money is a defense, right? Wisdom is money, right? Money, you need money, right?
Mm-hmm.
It says it's a defense, right? But the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it. See? Because that's what it's all about, man. It's about knowledge and wisdom. Because that's what's going to keep us stable in these times we're coming in. Because once this dollar crash, that's it. That's it, man. Hey. Now you presented the MOTB, now an hour of temptations upon you, right?
Yep.
And if you ain't got that device, how you gonna be able to go to the grocery stores? Because they're gonna make it mandatory. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm. Jeremiah 51:7.
Mm-hmm.
This is the book of Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. And hey, you see, hey, all these nations, they're coming against Babylon the Great, aka America.
Mm-hmm.
All right, they're coming against Babylon the Great. All right, because everybody's seeing that what the wine represents what their ways of life. All right, their philosophies. All right, and what everybody on the earth, drunken of it. They all took it in, just to what be in one with Babylon, because Babylon it was aka America was the top nation on earth, or top kingdom on earth at the moment.
The merchant city.
Yeah, yep.
I
I was just looking at that.
Yeah.
Revelation 18.
But not that one.
Or 17. 17 or
not
18.
That one either.
Okay.
It's, keep reading what you got.
So yeah, hey, and now what they're seeing that America, is all about bullshit. It's all about deceit. It's all about, because right now, the attack on Iran, that happened because of what? The people that's in our land right now. Mm-hmm. All right. And everybody, is literally hating these people,
Verse 8.
Yeah. Verse 8, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her. Take balm for her pain, if so she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go everyone into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, hey, this is, America is not going to come back from what's going on right now. It's not going to come back from it. It's just going to keep on falling until, the nuclear missiles hit this place.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, and the word balm is a healing ointment, or just healing. Because that's what it's going to, healing. Balm will be a healing oil, ointment for ancient times. So it's telling you that there's no healing. There's nothing that can heal Babylon.
Yeah.
And that's a good sign for us. We don't want this place to be healed because we're looking forward to the kingdom. So let me grab this real quick. The book of Zephaniah, chapter 1. Oh, Slocky. What was that? Zephaniah 1. In verse 11, it says, hold on, let me fact. Verse 11, Zephaniah 1, and I'll go right to the point. How ye inhabitants of Maktesh, for all the merchant people are cut down. All they that bear silver are cut off, right? Because you can look at Maktesh, right? You look at Maktesh. Let me see here. Oh, it's like the word Maktesh. When you web search it, right? Let me see. Maktesh, it says unique erosion-formed crater or steep water valley found primarily in the No. Because Maktesh, I don't know. Okay. Let me see here. Maktesh translated into mortar, Ohio, Civic District or near Jerusalem, mentioned in Zephaniah 1:11. Yeah. So the thing was about Maktesh context. Yeah, Zephaniah used this term to symbolize a place that would be ground or destroyed, specifically targeting the wealthy merchants or people of Canaan residing there. So basically, you go into scriptures. This is could be, this could be compared to America, because America, all right, is that merchant city. Because where these the people, what you look at the NLT, it says traders or the merchants of the earth. Where they do their most buying or selling to? Slovakia. It's to America. Where do you think America gets goods from? America is an important country and hardly ever exports anything. Just like Rome was. Rome was a high, all right, importing country. Okay? So you can compare this to, because it's talking about Jerusalem, but you can compare this, to America, man. America is modern day Maktesh, where merchants are able to sell everything. You look at your average goods is made in China, India, Taiwan, some other country than America. You don't see anything homemade or homegrown or made in the USA. You don't see that really.
I got something back you up.
You know what?
James 5:1. Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you.
Yeah, who are the rich men? That's the banking families. They're the ones that's profiting off of America. They own it, lock, stock, and barrel. They own all the corporations. Go ahead.
Your riches are corrupted and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver is cankered.
And what makes their riches corrupted is because they got them by unrighteous dealings.
Yep.
Sirach 10. Go ahead.
Your gold and silver is cankered. The rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasures together for the last days.
Yeah, because what the elites do, they hoard a lot of money. Mm-hmm. These Amalekites got a lot of fucking money. People look at these billionaires as like, oh man, he got billions, man. Like they got families that's worth trillions, like the Rothschilds.
Yeah.
They roughly worth over 500 trillion, roughly. Go ahead.
It says, behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth.
Yeah, because that's the hire of the laborers who have reaped down the fields are us Israelites. Us Israelites have overwhelmingly reaped down your fields. We're the main laborers in this society.
Mm-hmm.
And you've kept us back by fraud, even by having us work. We get paid a week or two later, every 2 weeks. You took out all kind of money. They don't benefit us. So like, because what you do is you'll do that, and basically you will cause it where you got retirement age. You can't retire properly because they push the retirement age up some more.
Like 69.
Like 69 or 70, yeah. So he wants you, and the scriptures tell you that the average person live for 70 and 70 years old. So you want a person to die and not get them benefits, all that money they put in, all the years you taxing them, And you don't have access to these things when you get of old age, can't work no more. But yet, you give money to these other countries. What to Amalek? Anyways, go ahead.
It says,
and you know what? Shlakia, in the book of Job, right? It says all the laborers. Let me get that real quick. Let me hold that. Hold what you got out.
mm-hmm.
quick Shalakia. No, it's like the hands of the wicked. That's how you get the hands of the wicked. Okay. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Shalakia, I had to find it.
Oh,
Oh man.
the hands of the wicked shall be upon thee.
Yeah, it's just Job.
It's Job 20. Let's see.
Yeah, I got what? This is Job 20 and 22. It says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in strength. Matter of fact, let me start a little bit. You know what? No, I'll go to the point. Job 20:22. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straight, which is difficult or troublesome times. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. And the word wicked, you look it up, it goes into the Hebrew word, like amal, says laborer, sufferer. All right? Sufferer. Who the ones that suffer? It's overwhelmingly Jake that suffered in this society. Because we in hell.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Go ahead.
Finish it off in James.
Yeah.
It says, ye have lived in pleasure on the earth and been wanton. Ye have nourished your hearts as in a day of slaughter.
Mm-hmm.
Ye have condemned and killed the just, and he doth not.
And they have lived in pleasure. You know? They have lived in pleasure. They got the choicest part of the land. One of the blessings of Esau is that he would get the fatness of the land. You go to the word fatness, it means the choicest part of the land. Well, all the resources and goods there, right? Who controls that? It says he covered fields and taken about violence. Why do you think he do that? Because of the resources that it has in these different lands. That translates into wealth. You know? That's how the wealthy get wealthy. They steal resources. And hoard them to themselves. They profit off of them. They have America, which is their little war dog, go into these different countries, invade them. Like they overthrew the Iranian government before. To bend to their will. And mainly because of that oil. Control their oil. You know? Which who benefited off that? Amalek. Go ahead.
Ye have condemned and killed the just, and he doth not resist you.
Yeah. You have condemned and killed the just, man. Which is as Israelites, man.
Ooh, and the scriptures say, well, you take away, your neighbor wages, something like that, roughly paraphrase.
You get that. Sirach 33.
Get there real quick. Yeah.
Somebody know what to do it?
Nah.
Look at Sirach 33, about 14, 15. No, slack.
I got it right here.
Sirach 30 something?
34.
34, okay.
Sirach 34 and verse 22.
Okay.
21. The bread of the needy is their life. He that defraudeth him thereof is a man of blood.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
He that taketh away his neighbor's living slayeth him, and he that defraudeth the laborer of his hire is a bloodshedder. So see, hey, you might not be literally out here killing us, by the masses, but hey, you not giving us, money as soon as we, the day ends. All right, taking money out of our checks before we get them. Mm-hmm. Hey, you're basically slaying us,
Yeah.
Shit, you already fucked us up, in the society. Everything's, we're barely making any money.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is just going up, and you constantly taking money from us, And guess what? Yahweh Shemel Shah, that's why the Lord is going to destroy this place. And what? You're going to be in captivity. All right? And we're going to be on high. All right? And what? You're going to you're going to be in a worse hell than when we was in this captivity.
Yeah, the parable of the rich man and Lazarus.
That's what I was thinking about too.
That's the tale. That's the end of you, Esau. Because you're the rich man and we're Lazarus.
Yep.
And what's going to happen is it's going to be a role reversal. That's why the apostles on down, they bring up the movie Trading Places. That's literally what it's going to be. Because you're the servants upon horses. And we're the princes walking on one ground. The wicked are in authority. The rulership. But the righteous, we're on the bottom right now. But it's going to be a time where the Lord's going to change all that and put us over you. You're going to serve us. But go ahead.
God.
I don't want to hold up too much.
That was it.
Okay, this is the book of Haggai, chapter 1, verse 6. It says, ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put it into into a bag with holes. So that's because this man always frauding us. And then once this inflation kicks in, more and more, they're going to eventually become hyperinflation. That's when your penny, or the scriptures call it a penny, which I'm going to get it real quick. Revelation 6 and let's see here. I'm going to get that because that's exactly what it's going to come down to.
6 and 6.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to scroll too fast. Yeah. Matter of fact, let's read that. Revelation 6 and 6. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. And see thou hurt not the oil and the wine. See? And you read the NLT, it says what? And I heard a voice from heaven, from among the 4 living beasts saying, a loaf of wheat bread or 3 loaves of barley will cost a day's pay.
Yep.
That's hyperinflation. And you look at the word penny, it goes back to what? Denarian. Or denarius. See?
Yep.
There you go.
A day wages.
Yep.
So one day of you working, you 8-hour shift, 12-hour shift, that's gonna cost. You're gonna be using that money to pay for some bread,
Yep.
some eggs. That's how bad it's about to get out here, and because of Iran, the war with Iran, World War III. That's it's a ripple effect,
Yep.
Everybody's about to be affected by this. All right. We're now, the prophecies is being more day by day. We can see it clearer and clearer. Like, oh shit, this is how this is about to happen.
It says the denarius containing 10 says a Roman silver coin in New Testament time. It took its name from it being equal to 10 asses. And you read into it, it says it was the principal silver coin of the Roman Empire. Yep. So there you go, man. Look up the history of the denarius. And look how it imploded. But this is what's gonna come down to, like the brother said, hey, where you shit finna get tight out here. Shit gonna get tight out here, man. It's gonna affect everybody. Because when shit inflates, and when you got hyperinflation, you don't have a set price at all. You kind of can guess or predict a little bit, When shit hyperinflated, it could be fucking $5 one day to $35 one day. Or not even just a day, within that day.
Right.
An hour from now. Shit could go up like that. Like it hadn't happened in Venezuela. And their financial crisis because of the sanctioning against them that was put on them by America, which is Babylon. See? But again, what's going to happen once hyperinflation hits so high that it can't no more? What's going to happen is the system is going to crash. The system is going to crash, and then guess what? The MOTB is ready to be rolled out. You know? That's going to be the hour of temptation. I'm going to get that real quick. Because the MOTB will be administered. It's a major prophecy that has to come to pass, man. So you're watching World War III kick off. It is exciting, but we know that the MOTB has to come to pass. So this is Revelation chapter 3 and verse 10. It says, and that's why you have to watch as well as pray too, by the way. Because, you know, we got to be prepared, man, spiritually in that day. You know? Revelation chapter 3 verse 10, it says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. Yeah, when they make the chip mandatory, man. That chip will become mandatory. And you got guys out here that still not warning their people that's following them, the congregation that's following them, you know, about the chip. IUIC, ISUPK, and others, man. They were believers of the way. Those dudes that they teach, you know, contrary to the MOTB prophecy, you know. The MOTB is that RFID chip. Okay, even like I said, the one that go into your forehead, the Neuralink, and there's different others like that as well. That go into the head. Different shaped chips that go in the hand. You know, but guess what? The main one is that that little rectangular oval shape, you know, that can go in, you know, through that syringe, and it can be inserted. That's the MOTB, man. That's the mark of the beast. If you're not teaching that, you're going off. Because what else can it be? You know, it says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which will come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon earth. Right? It's going to be a global thing, man. Okay? So, hey, those ones that keep the words of the Lord's patience, we're going to make it through these things. We're not going to suffer like others. We've been hastening, we've been watching, and you know, clinging to the words of Yahweh Shai in the meantime, being active in his ministry of pushing, you know, true doctrine, true prophecies that the scriptures speak about. It's going to come to pass. We get the people a plain understanding of what it is. Like the scriptures say, make write the vision down, make it plain upon tables, that he may run and read it. You know, we're doing that. Okay? But again, he that have ears to hear, let him hear. You know? He that had eyes to see, let him see. You know? So, you know, it's gonna come to the point where you're gonna have to put up or shut up. Because faith is the only thing gonna get you through that day. Faith and works. All right, faith along with your works. Because this day is quickly approaching. And Lord willing soon, man. You got anything else out? Hey, so with that, man, we want to give all honor, glory, and praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Karkadash.
Shalom to the Lord's elect, and we'll see you in the next video, Lord willing. Lord willing, it's been edifying. Shalom.
Shalom.